What's up, agents, and welcome back to another division video. Today we're going to look at the Eagle Bearer, and with the proposed changes that we had in the live stream from Daria and Yannick, and we're going to put some numbers together. We've not done this in a long time, and have a look where would the EB be today if it was in the game with the changes that might be coming. Before we get into all them juicy numbers though, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Come and check me out over on my live streaming platforms, either Twitch, Kick or YouTube. And if you need a community Discord because you need help, or you just want people who love the division as much as you do, you'll find the link down below in the description. With all that said though, let's get started. So there was two different ways you can do this. First one, you can just use a high-end build, whatever the current meta high-end build is. And there's no stacking involved with that, so you just get really simple, straightforward numbers. You shoot a bullet, you get a crit. You shoot a bullet, you get a non-crit. You shoot a bullet, you get a crit headshot, and you shoot a bullet and you get a non-crit headshot. And that's the way I generally test, guns, because it's just really straightforward and there's really almost no room for error whatsoever. And then the other way is you can put stacking talents in there, you can put strikers in there and things like that. And that changes our perspective just a little bit, but we'll get to that a little bit later on because we know everybody loves the strikers build. So let me show you what it is that I am using right here. So here we are. You can see I am using all high ends apart from the Coyote's mask, glass cannon, and we've got ourselves a Kingbreaker. Because if we're going to compare against any gun in the game, we would always compare against the gun that's on paper as the highest DPS, and that's going to be the Kingbreaker because it comes with this lovely talent as well, Perfect Flatline, which gives you 20% amplified damage to pulsed enemies. And obviously you run the link laser pointer and that lets you have that up constantly all of the time, so this is great. So what we would do as well, the luxury of this build is that we can just literally go like this and slot the Eagle Bearer in and it will all work nice and dandy. All the stats match up, everything's wonderful. So if we were to look at the Eagle Bearer today as of right now, and this is going to be with exactly 60% crit chance and 171% critical hit damage. And what you will notice here is that this has got level 20 expertise. And when I do the comparison, I compare it against a level 20 expertise Kingbreaker as well to make this absolutely fair. So let's pull this up on the screen. So the Eagle Bearer today. So you can see there at the top the total DPS, and that's really what we'll focus on. And then you get all the body hits, crits. So the body hit there was 245042. A crit body hit is 725324, and these are against armor. Just to drop that in as well. A head hit is 490084, and a head crit hit is 970367. Now them numbers by themselves don't really mean too much, but if we then switch this gun out and we swapped it in for this Kingbreaker, and as you can see here, the stats for this is exactly 60%, slightly lower critical hit damage because of the advantage of the mods on the Eagle Bearer, and we have to put on the link laser pointer, 90% headshot, armor damage, health damage, and obviously the damage to target out to cover that we have here as well, but literally exactly the same build. So if we've got exactly the same build, now we can see here that the Kingbreaker just wins. So we've got 365089 for a body hit as opposed to 245. Then we've got a crit hit on the body that's 1025901 as opposed to 725324. And I don't need to go through any of the other numbers. We can just see now that using the Kingbreaker is just better DPS. And this isn't taking into account how wild these guns are or anything like that. But on paper, if you're hitting 100% of your shots, blah de blah de blah, this is going to be how it is, right? So that is it. So what we are interested in is, Yannick very kindly told us on the live stream that the EB will get an extra 50 RPM. But the big announcement was that on exotics, on the bottom slot, just like all the ones that we've had recently, you'll be able to roll them to whatever stat you want. So for most guns generally everybody just rolls damage to target out of cover, and that's kind of fine for everything. In fact, it's fine for most situations, aside from maybe if you're in a skill build situation and the skills that you use are affected by damage to armor, or they're affected by damage to health, or whatever it is. But generally, you know, most guns currently are rolled to damage to target out of cover because it's just the best stat to put in there. Everything else is just a bit meh. Now, they did talk about changing them stats to make them more relevant. There was no data on that. And I don't think they kind of indicated that would be in the first irritation, the first release of Project Resolve. So we're not going to worry about that too much right now. So if we did that, and we'll put that up now, and we'll change the gun on here to the EB just to signify that's what we're up to. We'll put all three of them up here together. And now, as you can see, it gets really, really crazy. So a body hit is 267,731, and on the Kingbreaker it's 365,089. They're like, hang on, Tickle, what are you on about? But we've got to take into effect the RPM difference on this. So let's have a look at the total DPS. That's the figure that really, really matters. And as you can see at the top, it's 11,337,521. And that's going to be against 11,810,031. There is nothing in it. Absolutely nothing in it. You know, not even, you know, what, half a bullet? Let's pull the calculator up here. So we're going to go 11,337,521. And we are, no, we're not. We're going to go with the higher number first. Obviously, 11,810,031. And we're going to take away 11,337,521. And that leaves us with 472k. Right? That is it. That is absolutely it. That is one head hit. That is half a head crit hit. There is nothing in these guns at this point. Absolutely nothing. But the EB comes with an advantage at this point. So what you've got to think about here is we get all of this talent. We get Eagle Strike. We get Tenacity. We get all of this buff. And we get a gun that is actually more accurate than the Kingbreaker. Yes, all right, you've got to have done the raid. It's harder to get for some people if you've not already got that. By all means, come over to my stream. We can help you out and get it. But it's just a better gun to use. It's easily going to be sat back at top tier. It's going to be the best gun, the best assault rifle to gun, best in slot, just easily, you know. Although the damage is slightly less than the Kingbreaker, this is going to be the gun that you'll want to be using. So, because it has so many advantages. Now, it has other advantages as well, and this is what I was talking about before. So, because it has more in the mag, because it has a faster RPM, if you pair this up with your everyday strikers build, it gets the rate of fire buff, which makes it even more powerful because it's going to get you to your top end of strikers stacks faster, meaning it's going to clear rooms faster than the Kingbreaker will anyway. We were talking about it on stream today, and I can't remember exactly how quick it was, but the Eagle Barrel will have cleared out the room before the Kingbreaker has even got going. Even though it has more damage, the Eagle Barrel with the extra rate of fire increase will just make everything go out. This is why people love the Sentinel. This is why the Ouroboros. This is why they're all such good guns, because when paired with strikers and they get the extra rate of fire, it will be absolutely insane. And that's before they even think about if they're going to change the rest of the buffs on the bottom. At the moment, rate of fire is what we can get. If that doubles, it all of a sudden changes it all over again, and everything becomes even more crazy. If we could put 10% rate of fire on the bottom of an Eagle Bearer, wow. Like pairing it with strikers, wow. It would be absolutely insane. But that's for another video, and that's not really what we should be talking about. They didn't mention anything too deep about them stats. But what we need to take away from this is these stats that you've got up on the page right now. Is that this is game changing. This is meta changing. This is all them things. You know, the Eagle Bearer will be the one sat in that top slot. Pull it out your stash. You know, from all them years ago when it came out and it was king then. It's maybe making a comeback. that's going to be it for the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Are you going to be getting your EB out and dusting it off? I mean, it's going to be great for PvP again. It was already pretty great already. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. Thank you for watching, agents, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.